Hello everyone. So I'm using this deck here, Pam's Recolored Tarot Gilded Shadow Edition. Well, I think it used to have some gold on it, but anyway. And it is for Thursday, August 28th, 2025, asking from the intention of knowing what is happening. What's happening to the White House squatter, the felon that's so easy to bribe? I'm remembering that time he got bribed from the Egyptian president. What was that guy's name? El Sisi, something like that. $10 million in cash and a bag of burner phones was sent to him from El Sisi. And Bill Barr blocked FBI investigation at that time. There was a big old, like some committee or whatever that on the Democrat side that investigated into it. You'd have to look it up, but it's there. Right there. Forces in motion with the Seven of Pentacles. He's looking always, well, you know what? This is what's happening to him. So other people are looking at their return on investment. He said he was going to make money matters better. He said we were going to be healthier, and what were all his promises that he's made? A bunch of lies, big fat lies. So that's what people are looking at. They're looking at their return on investment. Are they having any profits? Are they getting any rewards or results? What's the payoff for voting for this guy? Okay. His challenge, the biggest challenge for the day that's happening to him, is that people are unhappy with him. Some of them are even wanting to leave their homeland. Some people are very, very unhappy with what's going on. They're wanting to cancel him. He's always talked about the woke cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. Well, they want to cancel you, dude. That's what's happening. And maybe, literally, this day, something gets canceled for him that had to do with his trying to bring in get more investors. But investors are wanting to cancel, oh my God, him. Okay, and then we have the 5 as we move through the day. The 5 of Wands gives us the struggle to be on top. This is a card of wanting to have the last word. It's Saturn and Leo, so it's like it just gotta, but does it really work? But you know what? I think it's his desperate need for attention and his own destructive attitudes, where he has to be the winner. It's winner versus loser. He does not make win-win situations happen unless he gets bribed and paid, right? So, yeah. And he's not on top anymore. What's happening to him, other people are wanting to get on top of him and hold him down. Okay. And then with the Queen of Cups reversed, I think a lot of women, I don't know how many women actually voted for him, but what's happening to him via women and how pissed off they are, and how he just doesn't honor anything that's sacred within the family. It's causing him to feel emotionally insecure, even though he doesn't say it. And it could also be, Pam Bondi. being that she's the only Queen of Cups in his life. I mean, there are others that are against him. I mean, well, and maybe that's the case. Maybe this is Elizabeth Warren speaking up against him because she's a Cancer. We've had, what's her name, Judge Amy Berman Jackson and Tanya Chutkan. They're both Cancers too. And the president of Mexico, yeah. But on just a general level, this makes me feel like he's the whiny little, you know what? He's just a whiny, he does his whiny thing. And people see it. They also see him as being very gullible and weak and codependent, and he does nothing except give to get. Right? Pay to play. That's him. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, this is a card that's came through weeks, over a week. I think eight times within a week and a half, about 3 weeks ago, with his health. And this is my card for a grave illness, needing blood transfusions or just such, overdose problem, like drug interaction problems. But just generally, when this card comes through reversed, this is somebody who just has zero patience, zero ability to moderate himself and get anything right. He's not getting anything right. He's just, and there's no, his card's ruled by Sag, which usually would be in needing purpose and meaning in life. He doesn't care about any of that. It's all about him. And so there's no balancing of the forces. Now, other times with this card, it can be that a person has been moving way too fast and he's just gone too far, and maybe there's an injury, maybe there's a fall from a high place, like a top of the stairs somewhere. And it's also a card for a nervous breakdown. There's that very real possibility. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But he's just totally out of balance and emotionally out of balance. There's just so much fight. Oh, yeah, that's him. Remember that? Fight. God. Oh, yeah. And then it gets even better. He just keeps lying and lying and lying and lying. This is now, when it comes to health, this would be someone with neurological problems, so we could throw that in there too. But he's basically just living from the neck up. This is our card for scam artists and people who are lying, like I said. But also, I think he might be having some trouble communicating. There's that very real possibility. Okay, and then we also have, so what's happening to him? People are lying to him in a way he has the trouble communicating back. People have him off balance. People have him trying to give to get something back, and it's all about money. And then just this, childish need to be on top. But what happens with the hanged man here? This is not good. This is somebody who is just not. This is our card for having to let go of something. It's ruled by Neptune and needs to let go of something. So that's happening to him. Having to see something from a different angle, but he won't. He'll just cut himself off, right? We know that. Let's keep going. Okay, so something to do with money and luxury and his wealth with that Nine of Pentacles. He's having to let go of something that that's interesting. I'm wondering if it has to do with his imposing tariffs somewhere. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, it's the, happy family. It's just not working. It's not working. America is not, we're not happy. There's no happy family with this guy around. Let me take another one off the bottom. Yeah, right? Oh my goodness. So, okay, when it comes to what's the biggest problem for America, actually I should probably do it this way. Biggest problem for America, and this is at the foundation for the entire day for him to experience, is that Americans want to be happy. You don't get to have a level of comfort and support and freedom and pay your taxes and feel okay about it when you have a guy like him in the White House. And Project 2025 is at the foundation, and that's what this Knight of Pentacles is reversed. This is like the dark horse of Project 2025, right? Because it's something very physical. Now, this could also be a dark mercenary. This could be a sniper. This could be it could be a black SUV that sneaks up or something. And this could also be somebody who makes a terrible mistake. Maybe on the lightest level, so that's on the darkest, it could be a paid for hire whatever coming out because they don't like what he's been doing. But when it comes to the lightest level, then it would be more and more and more, like maybe all, because it's a 10, right? Americans feeling, cups, feeling, and all their relationships of wanting to protect their family. I mean, we have the Queen of Cups up here, right? So he's not honoring what's sacred, in which has to do with family and protecting women and elderly and all of that. How does a country grow if you're not protecting the most vulnerable? How does a country grow if people are in pain all the time, seeing what's happening? Right? There's emotional pain here. So, on the lightest sense with these two cards, it's very possible that that they see him. What's happening to him is that people see him being lazy and stubborn, and they're feeling underpaid, and they're feeling like they don't want these types of jobs, that are left, and they don't like what's happened, with immigration and I mean, it's just it's so mean. It's just so very, very mean. So, you know what? Let me use the Visions of Life, just a few cards, and see what we get here with this deck. August 28th, what's happening to you, Donald? Tweaker Taco. I think he's getting more and more belligerent, and I don't think we're going to be seeing him cave in as much anymore because he's mentally so off. There. Yeah. So, Eight of Cups, people see him as just being very, very, or people are not they're indifferent to what they're walking away. It's Eight of Cups. They're walking away because he's not seeing Americans clearly, right? He's blinded by the Pentacles. I know it's Eight of Cups, but those are money things on his eyes. Those are coins on his eyeballs. And that guy is looking at him going, this guy doesn't give a crap about me. But look at those degrees back there. And he's blind to see what the guy really needs. So this guy is all of us who are walking away. So that's what's going to keep happening to him. Five of Cups. Such a weird way of looking at the Five of Cups. But yeah, more and more people walking away, and all he's left with is his tongue that doesn't tell the truth, and he can't even put a coherent sentence out of his face. And all he cares about, again, is money. Money on his mind. The miser, the Four of Pentacles. And what else? Poverty. Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups. That's not good. This is what's happening to him. He's losing people because of his greed and because of his lies. And all he's left with is looking in the mirror. Look. Go ahead. You've put on some more orange makeup. Look what you've created. Okay. Well, that's it for today. Take good care, you guys. Bye.